Test, 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 test. What's up, good people? What's going on? Welcome to Sunday night. I know I'm a little later than usual. I know. It gets tough on these Sunday nights, but I'm gonna get it together. This is week 7, and this what we're talking about is a pep talk. We're getting ready for our week, and one of the things that we want to do is get in the right mindset because we got the right skill set and then the right heart set to serve and do what we need to do for the kids in our schools, the teachers in our schools, the leaders in our schools. And understand, teachers are leaders in our schools. They are. And I just want them to understand that they're leaders too. So it's just time for a pep talk. We won't be here long. It's late. I'm tired. You're tired. And that's the point. You're tired. It's week 7 and we're getting into this whole thing. And what I love about all of this is that um, something happened with me, and I said has to be the conversation. Um, there are often times when I'm tired and I don't want to do something. And when I was in schools, this is last year, and I would show up as principal. One of the things that was super important was showing up. I would drive to school. I would take my kids to school. We'd have a rough morning, and I'm tired, and I don't want to be there. And even though I have my mission and my vision and my values in front of me, and I know what they are, there were times where I was just tired and I didn't want to be there. And what I'm telling you, what changed is the minute I walked into the building. The minute I walked into the building, everything changed. Everything changed. So, what I think is important is showing up. It's showing up. I don't care who you are. I don't care what role you have. When you don't feel like it, just do it. Just do it. And you get into this realm of consistency. You get into this groove of consistency, and every little thing you do, every little step you take, and everything you do matters. It just matters. And you chip away at your goal one day at a time. Just show up. Just show up. Get into the environment. This is the time for you to get into the environment and perform. I would never forget once I crossed those doors, the energy from the students, the energy from the staff, the energy from parents on my way to the door would be just the thing I needed as I started my day. Now, some of you need your coffee. You need some coffee to get going, right? And that's fine if you need coffee to get you going. That's cool. But whatever it takes, just get to the spot. Because once you get to the spot, that's when the magic happens. You already have the skill set. So the goal is just to get to the spot. Show up. Show up. And it's half the battle. Like back in the day, G.I. Joe is half the battle. The only thing that you have to do is get to the spot. Now, if you are a principal, you just got to get to the spot. If you are a teacher, you just have to get to the spot, get to the classroom. If you are the head secretary, once you get there first thing in the morning and get the subs together and get who is teaching in what classroom, and you're getting things ready for the principal, the assistant principal, the dean of students, and whomever, because you know secretaries run the show. All you got to do is show up. If you're a parent, I know, you know what, as a parent, you think that once you're done with school, you're done. But when you have kids, it changes. And what changes is that you still have to get up in the morning with them. So it's just like you getting up for your day at school too. You gotta you gotta get up in the morning just like they do. So it's like I'm still doing it, but all you have to do is show up. All you have to do is get up in the morning with them, and then get them to school every day. And so now they're showing up. And when they show up consistently, part of a routine, when they do it over and over again, you start to build a level of consistency where you turn into a champion. Because winners, when we win, Usually it's not because we are more talented than anybody else. You hear what I'm saying? We, that's crazy because I think that I'm a champion. But what happens is when you do something over and over and over and over and over and you don't give up, you find a way to win. You find a way to win. And that's all you have to do. But here's the thing, some of us don't do that. Students, attendance is crazy across the school districts out here in schools. And I'm talking about in Michigan. I'm talking about in Grand Rapids. We could talk about the state as well. Attendance is horrible. Yes, COVID did something to us. Virtual options have given us a run for our money in public schools, probably in private and rural schools as well, suburban schools. But attendance is atrocious across this country. And we really have to figure it out. And guess what? It's because people aren't showing up. And when you don't show up, you get complacent. You procrastinate. You get lazy. And what I'm telling you to do is find a way to show up. Just get there. And once you get there, you're going to be fine. Come on, somebody. If you don't believe me, let me know. Because what I'm telling you is that all you have to do is get there. And something's going to kick in. Something's going to kickstart. Something's going to spark off, and everything that you're good at, everything that you are strong at will tend to show up. So all I'm telling you is get to the spot. Students, get to school. Make it to class. I don't care how hard the class is. Get there. And then stay there and struggle. Let your brain sweat a little bit. Yes, you don't understand the material. Sorry you don't like the teacher. You ain't gotta like everybody. You got this girl in your class you don't like, this boy in your class that you do like, and you're distracted. But what I'm saying, just show up. Show up every day. Turn every assignment. Parents, get your children to school every day. Just make it a thing where we don't miss school. Teachers, there are a lot of teachers calling in, especially on Fridays. They call in using their sick days, and I get it. But when you're tired, show up. When you're frustrated, show up. You mad at your principal, show up. You mad at the school district, show up. You mad at the kids, show up. And when you show up, watch how you show out, because your gift is going to come to the surface. Now, some of us probably don't even know about our gifts and how to exercise our gifts or figure out what they are, what our talents are, what we're good at. We don't know. But what I'm telling you to do is take the assessment. I keep saying, listen, this flight assessment is a game changer. And if you really want to figure out how you operate, you got to take the assessment. You got to take the assessment and find out. You got to find out how you are when problems and challenges come to the surface. You got to find out how you are with relationships when you're dealing with people. You got to figure out how you are when the environment changes, and what are you supposed to do? How do you move when the things change in your environment? And this happens to us a lot in schools and with families and in our communities. What do you do? What happens? So you need to figure that part out about what happens when you start to shift and change. And the last thing is, how are you with systems and procedures? How are you when that happens? How are you when the system and procedures are in place? What do you like? How are you? That's what's important. That's what's important. How you show up. I'm sorry about that pause there, man. I don't know what happened with the Wi-Fi, but that's what we on right now. So my pep talk for the day. Let's get you out of here and go to bed. Um, get you out of here. But all you gotta do is show up. That's all I'm asking you to do, right? All you have to do is show up, and when you do, show out. That's the spark that it takes. That's all it takes for you to get things going. That's how you. All it takes to get things going, get you moving in the right direction, getting you to do what you're supposed to do. Because the work that we do in schools, families, and in our communities, the work that we do, this is not normal work. This is not a job. This is not something that you just clock in and clock out. You are directly impacting somebody's life and the lives around you. That's why I'm saying I'm a professional life changer, and so are you. You are a professional life changer. And you have a duty and responsibility to the people that's in your care. So show up and take the flight assessment so you can show up as your best self. Because you have a lot to do. You have a lot of work to do. And I promise you, if you just get to your school, if you just show up, I promise you things are going to change. Things are going to change. You're going to find ways. You're going to find these ways to help people, to love on people. And I promise you, it's going